Welcome, seekers of the truth, to the Magical Services channel. So this is going to be a most supreme love horoscope for the general collective for the time frame when the moon is in Aries. And as I'm recording this video right now, the moon is already in Aries and it will remain there until the 5th of this month of July around 2 a.m. Universal time. So for that time frame is what this horoscope is going to cover. So the emotional landscape of early August 2026 is defined by a sharp, unyielding friction between the raw, unvarnished impulse for immediate connection and the meticulous, almost surgical scrutiny of how that connection is maintained. With the moon blazing a trail through the pioneering, fiercely independent territory of Aries, the collective heart is stripped of its usual diplomatic padding. This is not a time for subtle hints, passive-aggressive maneuvering, or waiting for a partner to intuitively read your mind. The emotional climate demands direct, unapologetic assertion of needs, creating a relational atmosphere where attraction is sparked by bold, authentic action rather than prolonged, ambiguous courtship rituals. You are being called to initiate, to speak first, and to claim your desires without the safety net of plausible deniability. Yet this fiery emotional immediacy is constantly negotiating with Venus positioned in the late critical degrees of Virgo. This placement injects a hyper-aware analytical current into romantic interactions, compelling individuals to evaluate the practical viability and everyday mechanics of their partnerships. There's a palpable, vibrating tension here between the moon's desire to leap forward into the unknown and Venus's insistence on checking the structural integrity of the ground before taking the step. In existing relationships, this manifests as a critical period where minor, previously overlooked habits, financial discrepancies, or communication gaps are suddenly magnified under a harsh spotlight. The trajectory of your romantic outcomes depends entirely on whether this scrutiny is wielded as a weapon of resentment or as a tool for necessary constructive refinement. Partners who can translate this analytical energy into tangible acts of service, clear boundary setting, and respectful dialogue will forge a deeper, more resilient trust that can withstand future storms. Those who default to relentless nitpicking or critical superiority will trigger defensive retreats, accelerating relational fractures and pushing their partners toward emotional exit strategies. Mars in Gemini amplifies this communicative friction, ensuring that the primary battleground for romantic dominance is the realm of ideas, words, and daily interactions. Attraction during this specific window is heavily intellectualized. Wit, rapid-fire banter, and the ability to engage in stimulating non-defensive debate become the ultimate aphrodisiacs. However, the shadow of this placement is a dangerous tendency toward verbal impulsivity, where sharp, unfiltered words are deployed to win a momentary argument at the severe expense of the partner's long-term emotional security. The success of your commitment trajectory hinges on mastering the crucial pause between feeling an emotional trigger and articulating it. You must learn to separate the desire to be right from the desire to be connected, recognizing that intellectual victory is a hollow prize if it leaves the relationship emotionally bankrupt. Beneath this active, sometimes volatile surface, a profound generational restructuring of attachment is underway, driven by the simultaneous retrograde motion of Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. Saturn retrograde in Aries forces a rigorous, often uncomfortable reevaluation of personal autonomy within the context of union. The outdated, deeply ingrained paradigm that equates love with the surrender of individual identities being systematically and permanently dismantled. You are being called to establish boundaries that are not walls of isolation but clear, compassionate guidelines that protect the integrity and sovereignty of both individuals. Concurrently, Neptune retrograde in the same sign dissolves lingering romantic illusions, stripping away the comforting fantasy of a savior partner, and demanding that you confront the stark, unvarnished reality of who actually stands before you. This can manifest as a temporary, necessary cooling of passion, a sense of relational ambiguity, or a profound disillusionment that ultimately clears the fog, ensuring that any commitment involving forward motion is built on absolute truth rather than codependent enmeshment. Pluto's retrograde motion continues to revolutionize the foundational power dynamics of all human alliances, ruthlessly exposing and dissolving any residual patterns of control, manipulation, jealousy, or emotional hostage-taking. Relationships that cannot evolve into true egalitarian collaborations based on mutual empowerment will face inevitable, unavoidable separation as the universe aggressively clears away inauthentic bonds that no longer serve the highest evolutionary good. Conversely, those willing to embrace radical emotional transparency and mutual empowerment will experience a mystical, transformative deepening of their bond, forging a connection that is uniquely tailored to their shared path. Overarching this entire emotional recalibration is the radiant, expansive influence of the Sun and Jupiter in Leo. This celestial configuration acts as a powerful warming counterweight to the analytical and restructuring energies, insisting that love must ultimately be a source of joy, pride, and creative expression. It demands that you step fully into your relational worth, refusing to settle for dynamics that require you to shrink, hide, or apologize for your authentic desires. The romantic outcomes available during this specific window are fiercely directional. You are being guided away from the exhausting, soul-draining labor of trying to perfect your partner and toward the liberating grace of demanding a love that honors your inherent dignity. As the moon completes its transit through Aries and approaches its last quarter phase, the collective emotional mandate shifts from impulsive assertion to necessary release. This is the sacred, unavoidable space where you must courageously let go of outdated attachment patterns, forgive past relational trespasses, and surrender the futile need to control how another person chooses to love you. The time for overthinking, analyzing, and fearing has definitely passed, replaced by a clear, uncompromising demand for authentic, balanced, and deeply empowering connection. Embrace this sharp, clarifying friction, for it is the very fire that burns away the inauthentic, leaving only the resilient, radiant core of true partnership. So that is what I had for you today, collective. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like this video or comment this video or share this video or hype this video or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, or hype our channel by letting your friends and acquaintances who might benefit from it know about it. All those acts would be great and greatly appreciated for sure. Now, there's a magical service being offered in the description box. Feel free to check it out. It could be very useful. This is indeed a magical channel. And beyond that, I thank you very much. And if you want more in-depth insight into the week, all the way through Sunday, check out the all sign long video format video that I did about it. That one should be quite enlightening. It talks of the progression of the moon beyond this Aries phase. And yeah, it should be good. Beyond that, I thank you very much for being here and being part of our circle, being part of our network, being part of our tribe, and supporting our channel. Until the next time, blessings.